Yeah, so what did we learn so far in the chapter? Quickly, tell me.
Sir, about blood cells,
Hmm.
function of blood,
Okay.
blood plasma.
Hmm. We did learn about plasma. We did learn about white blood cells and right. And we were learning about red blood cells in the previous class. Right now,
Yes.
we did learn about functions of blood. Right now, we were learning about different types of cells found in the blood. Namely, there are red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets. These are some of the component cells found in the blood. Right now, apart from
Yes.
them, apart from that, a liquid is also found in the blood that is called as plasma. Right. And we learned that plasma makes up about 55% of the total blood in the body. Right now. So if you have, let's say, 1 liter of blood, if you have 1 liter of blood, for example, so in that 1 liter of blood, about 500 milliliter will be just plasma. Everyone getting it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shreya is waiting here. Okay. Furthermore, we also learned about that this plasma about 92% contains 90 to 95% contains just water. Getting it now? It contains 95% water. Apart from that, it contains mineral, glucose, fibrinogen, protein, salt, and fat. We learned that fibrinogen is a component found in the blood that helps in the clotting of the blood. So we learned about these things right now. Then we were learning about white blood cells. Getting it? So this white blood cell, we learned that it constitutes about 1% of the total volume of the blood. Right? So it occupies a very small space in the blood. Right now, it
Yes.
takes up very small space of the blood. Right? And why they are important? Because they acts as the defense system of the body. Getting it now? They are kind of the defense system inside our body that would be protecting us from the disease causing microorganisms. Getting it now? And thereby keeps us healthy. Okay, you guys tell me, if we had a blood test done, or sometime you had a blood test done and the blood report came, and in the blood report the number of white blood cells was increased, it was found to be higher than normal, what does it indicate?
Infection.
See,
Sir, they have
one thing I
lots
would
of
like to tell
infection.
everyone, see, just hold on for 1 minute. See, whenever you have joined the class, make sure that you use a good quality earphone or headphone like the one I'm using, because many times if someone is directly speaking into the device, so thereby their voice is not coming properly, so thereby I have some difficulty in hearing your voice. Then getting what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, continue then.
Sir, it means that we have lots of infection
Hmm.
in our
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
Helps
This,
fighting against infection. Our body is fighting against infection.
thereby the production of white blood cell increases. Okay, na? Everyone getting these concepts? Suleiman, you understood this now? Aman, you getting this? Aman, you do one thing, you watch the
Yes,
previous
sir.
recordings of the chapter. Watch the recordings of the chapter, and whatever you have missed, you will cover from there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we were learning about red blood cells, and the reason why they are called as red is because
Sir,
Shreya, do one thing now. Please use a device like the one I'm using. Use a earphone or something like that if you can, because your
sir,
voice is not coming properly. Yeah.
because of the red pigment.
Mhm. What is the name of that red pigment?
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin. Okay, na? So we learned that red blood cells are also called as erythrocytes. They are present in ample amount. They are present in a good amount in our blood, right now. So 40% to 50% of the blood contains red blood cells. Getting it? And it is red in color because of this hemoglobin. Okay. And we did learn one more interesting thing about this, that red blood cells are they live up to 120 days only. After that, they will die. Getting it, Abu Bakr, Suleiman? You guys also getting these things now?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Also, Suleiman, Abu Bakr, and Aman. You you
Sir,
three
my
guys,
video is
turn
not
your
working.
cameras off. It's not working. Okay, no worries. No worries then. Others?
Sir, it's because I'm in India and the internet is not.
Sir, I have
Okay.
sir, you know now I was kicking thing on my webcam.
Oh, okay, okay. And Abu Bakr, what about you?
Yes, sir.
Abu Bakr, I'm asking to Abu Bakr.
Huh?
So Abu Bakr, I was asking to Abu Bakr actually. Okay, anyways. So far we done about various things in the class, right? So red blood cells, they would be found in ample amount, in a good amount in the blood. And they are red because of this pigment called as hemoglobin, right? Okay. Also, this red blood cell performs a very vital or very important function. The important function performed by this red blood cell is that it carries oxygen. It carries oxygen. So what happens? The hemoglobin, that is the red pigment which is found in the blood, so this will bind with the oxygen atoms. It binds with oxygen atom. Getting it, guys? What I'm trying to say. So hemoglobin, in short, it is written as capital H small b. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen. So when it binds with oxygen, thereby it forms oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin. So note down this thing where you guys have written the notes of red blood cells now. There, note down this. Okay. So what happens in breathing when you are inhaling oxygen rich air? When you are inhaling oxygen rich air, so the oxygen, that oxygen will be binding with hemoglobin found in our red blood cells. And thereby now it will become oxyhemoglobin. Getting it? And now this oxyhemoglobin will go to each and every cell inside our body wherever it is required. So this is the way how oxygen is transported to the different cells, to different parts inside our body. Is this thing clear to everyone? Did you guys understood about oxyhemoglobin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So hope that is clear to everyone. Okay. Furthermore, it is said that iron is important for the for red blood cells. We say that iron is important. Like iron is needed. Like why it is said that one should include iron-rich food in their diet. One should eat lots of spinach or lots of other foods that contain a good amount of iron in them, because iron is necessary for the formation of hemoglobin. If the amount of iron found in the body of a person is very low, so thereby hemoglobin count will go down. Getting it, what I'm trying to say? So if the number of hemoglobin decreases, so thereby the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood will decrease. What I said moments ago, that in chapter components of food, you would have studied about different types of minerals. Huh? Iron was one of the important mineral required by your body, apart from iodine, apart from calcium, phosphorus, etc. So why does our body require iron? Because iron is essential for the formation of hemoglobin. Is that much clear to everyone? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What about others? You guys not getting it? Suleiman, Abu Bakr. If your camera is not working, I understand that. But is your audio, is your mic also not working? See, unless you guys don't agree to the concepts which we are learning, so how will I get to know that whether you have understood it properly or not? Then I will be in doubt whether you guys are getting the concepts or not. Okay. So what are we saying, that iron is required for the formation of hemoglobin. So if your diet does not contain iron in it, so thereby formation of hemoglobin will decrease. So thereby less hemoglobin means that the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood will decrease. Thereby it is important to take iron rich food. Is that much clear so far to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no?
Yes.
So that is all about red blood cells. Furthermore, one more important thing, where its formation takes place. So its place of formation is inside the bone marrow. Inside the bone marrow. One more thing, production of one more blood cell takes place inside the bone marrow. Do you guys recall that? In the previous class, we learned about that. So far, in blood, we have learned different things. We learned about blood plasma. We learned about white blood cells, right? So didn't we learn that the production of white blood cell also takes place in the bone marrow? Yeah.
Yes,
White
sir.
blood cells are also manufactured in the bone marrow. Getting it now? Okay. I hope you guys are familiar with the term the bone marrow. Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you were to look at a bone from an inside, say you have, we have, hmm? Your voice is coming too low. It's barely audible, Priyanka.
Sir,
Yeah.
is it okay now?
Now it's better.
Okay, sir. So, like from bone marrow, only we'll test that we have blood cancer or not, right?
From bone marrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, bone marrow study can be helpful in detecting whether a person is suffering from cancer or not,
Yes, sir.
but not in all those cases. Right now, usually doctors would be diagnosing, they would be monitoring the bone marrow. Okay, now in some cancers, right now, in some types of cancers, they would study about the bone marrow. So yes, it can help. It can help in detecting and diagnosing whether a person is suffering from um, cancer or not, particularly if it's blood cancer. Okay,
Yes,
now,
sir.
particularly if it's blood cancer. What I was telling you moments ago, that inside the bone we have a soft tissue. Bone is not all hard. Inside the bone you will find that there will be a soft tissue inside the bone. So this inside the bone is a soft part of the bone that we call as bone marrow. Particularly the bones of limbs, bones of hands and legs. Inside they are hollow. Inside they are hollow. Okay, now. And that hollow thing which we are referring to here is that is filled with a soft tissue called as bone marrow, where production of cells like white blood cells and red blood cells takes place. Is that clear to everyone? Shreya, Suleiman,
Yes,
Priyanka,
sir.
Aman, and
Yes, sir.
Abubakar.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So production of red blood cells also takes place in the bone marrow. Also, one more thing I said, that the lifespan of red blood cell is only about 120 days. But the interesting thing is that every hour billions of new red blood cells are manufactured in the bone marrow. Every hour billions of new red blood cells are being manufactured in the bone marrow. So hope that much was clear to everyone, and hope everyone has written down this thing also. Write down this one and this one also.
Done, sir.
Done it? Already
Done,
done?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, like some of you have missed. Is there anyone in the class who has missed classes of this chapter? Aman, you have missed. Apart from Aman, is there anyone else? No or yes?
No, sir.
Okay. You guys were present, I know that. Abu Bakr, you were also present continuously, no? Okay, he isn't here. Okay, so if anyone has missed the classes, please watch the recording. Okay, answer this given question in the chat box. Okay. Answer both the questions. Question number 3 and question number 4 as well. Answer in chat box on this ID.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, in the second one,
Mm-hmm.
is which of the following statements is correct about red blood cells?
Mm-hmm.
Can there be multiple answers?
Yeah, of course.
Like two answers?
Yeah, of course. Even more than two answers. Even all the above
Yes.
can be correct.
No,
Read
can we
all the.
like
Mhm. No,
can we like give
no. The answers are from the given options only, Suleiman.
okay sir.
Okay, no. Mm-hmm. You write through. Okay, Priyanka. The spelling is little bit wrong, but no worries.
Okay, sir.
There will be no R at the end. Okay, no.
Okay, sir.
So this red blood cell we have learned about. We learned about its functions right now. No, Priyanka. Read all the options carefully. For question number 4, your answer is not correct. Read all the options carefully and recall what we have learned. Now it is correct. Very good.
Sir, by mistake, I put B, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I put by mistake B, sir.
Okay, okay, no worries. Yeah, I'm still waiting for others to answer the question.
So did you see my answer?
Where have you sent, Suleiman? Did you send on this ID or the another one? You have to send on this ID.
Sir, I sent on the Learnivio by mistake.
No, 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 no. How will I be able to see that?
Yes
Okay,
sir.
no. Mhm. Copy that and paste the answer here.
Yes.
Copy it and paste it here.
Yes.
Also, it is important, and all of you are making the notes of this chapter. Okay.
Sir, now I sent.
For the first one, it is correct, Suleiman, but for the second one, it is wrong. Read all the options carefully.
Sir, no.
Yeah, now it is correct. Very good.
Sir, but I want for the fourth one,
Have a quick
the
look at
C
the
one.
have a quick look at this slide first of all. For those of you who are still who still haven't answered, have a quick look at the given slide. See what are the things we learned about this.
Sir, is my answer correct?
Shreya, where have you shared your answer? I haven't received your answer. You required. Have you guys? Are you guys answering on the different ID? See, you have answer over here. See, you are not required to answer on that ID, Shreya. Okay, you are required to answer on this ID. Okay, now in the chat, when you go to two, there you will be having this option. There you have to answer. Okay, what about Aman? What happened to you? Abu Bakr? Yes, Abu Bakr. You still haven't answered it. Aman, at least attempt the given question. Don't leave it blank. What three you are answering? Okay, good. No, for fourth one, it is not correct, Shreya. Okay, let me tell you. Red blood cells are also called as erythrocytes. Most of you have answered it correctly. Good. Erythrocytes, that is the next another name for red blood cells. Now, which of the following statement is correct about red blood cells? So the very basic thing we learned, the basic thing we learned that it carries oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body. So what happens inside our lungs? Our lungs have got alveoli in them. You guys know about alveoli? Yes? No?
No, sir.
See, at the end of the like in our inside our lungs now, we have branch-like structures. Okay, now there would be branch-like structures, and at the end of that branch-like structure, you have a bulb-like structure called as alveoli. Okay, so we are taking in oxygen-rich air. Oxygen-rich air goes into the alveoli. It goes into the alveoli, and this alveoli is surrounded by a rich blood capillary. It is surrounded by blood capillaries. Okay, now blood capillaries, you guys understand, this is one of the blood vessel which is very thin.
Okay,
So
sir.
blood will be taking up the oxygen from here. Oxygen will be taken up by the blood. Okay, but what interesting thing we learned that this oxygen inside the blood, there's a pigment called as hemoglobin. And where is this hemoglobin being found? It is found in the red blood cells now. Now here I have marked it also. So hemoglobin would be reacting with oxygen. Or can't we say that this red blood cell is actually responsible for carrying the oxygen? Because hemoglobin is found inside this only. Yes? Would you like to repeat? Would you like me to repeat this? Anyone? Yes. So what happens here, as the oxygen goes into our lungs, so thereby from lungs, it will go into the blood. And where exactly it goes into the blood? In the blood, we have red blood cells, and in this we have a pigment called as hemoglobin. So hemoglobin would be reacting with the oxygen, and thereby it will form oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin. And now this oxyhemoglobin, it will go to every cell in your body. It goes to all the cells wherever oxygen is required. So that is how red blood cells carries oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body. How exactly it happens? A pigment called as hemoglobin would be reacting with oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin. The spelling is Oxyhemoglobin. That's how it happens. So thereby that is also correct. First one is correct and second one is also correct. Now, if you guys, for those of you who were attentive in the previous class and were present in the previous class, so we learned that there is no nucleus found in the red blood cells. Okay, now nucleus is a structure found in all the cells, right? Inside our body, almost all of the cells would contain a nucleus. Nucleus is just like a miniature version of the brain. Understand it in that manner. So it lacks nucleus. So all the above options are correct. So hope you guys have understood that. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to learn about another component of the blood that is called as platelets, right? So blood platelets are the cells that helps in the formation of a blood clot, and thereby when a blood clot would be formed, as you can look over here, the blood is coming out from this wound. This is a wound, and from this the blood is coming out, right? The loss of blood needs to be stopped. The flow of blood from a wound or from a cut, it needs to be stopped now. Getting it now? So blood has a component called as blood platelets. The one that you see in these white color over here, all these are blood platelets. Getting it, guys? All
Yes.
these are blood platelets. Now notice the next
Yes, sir.
image. Yes, Abu Bakr. Notice the next image. Aman. Here you can find that all these blood platelets have kind of
Trapped.
helping. Yes. Yes. Hmm. So we
Sir,
can see over here. Yes.
sir, sir, I think they're tied
Hmm.
up, sir, with a spring made of, sir, plasma.
No. That is not a spring or nothing. Not like that.
Trapped.
No, neither fat. Okay, no. No need to go into that much of depth. Just simply understand that these platelets will be helping in developing a clot. Right now, here it has basically, as you can see over here, all these red blood cells have clumped together. All of it have clumped together and formed a semi-solid mass. Right now, So thereby now it has blocked this opening. This opening via which blood was being lost, this opening has been now blocked. So thereby these cells helps in the formation of a blood clot, and thereby prevents the blood flow from prevents the blood from flowing out of the body due to an injury. So that was all about the functions of blood platelet. So far, is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Good. Suleiman, read the given paragraph. Suleiman, you there in the class? Read the given paragraph. Okay, Priyanka, you read the given paragraph then.
Blood platelets. Their main function is to provide and stop bleeding. If a blood vessel is damaged, the body sends signals to platelets, which cause them to travel to the injured area. Once the platelets arrive at the site, they clap together to form a clot. That happens stop bleeding.
That helps to stop bleeding. Okay. So hope that is clear to everyone. Okay now. Now everyone write down this paragraph. Give the topic blood platelets and write down this paragraph quickly as fast as you can. By the way, one more important thing, after blood platelets, give a slash and write down thrombocytes. Thrombocytes. That is another name of blood platelets. It is also sometimes called as thrombocytes. All right, no? So here we have seen that it has got a very important role in the blood clotting. Now you guys think of this, that if the numbers of thrombocytes or the blood platelets, if it were to decrease, like the normal count of the thrombocytes or the blood platelets, if it decreases in our body, what will happen? Any idea? Like normally the count of the platelet is around 1.5 lakh to 4.5 lakh platelets. Okay, now about 1.5 lakh to 4.5 lakh of platelets are found in per microdeciliter. Found in per microdeciliter. Per microliter, I mean to say. Per microliter of blood. So normally this much of will be found. Right? But what happens if it were to decrease too much? What if the count of platelet were to decrease up to 10,000, 15,000, or 20,000? So in that case, it has been seen that it might lead to internal bleeding. It might lead to internal bleeding in the person. Okay. Also, we have certain kind of diseases like in dengue fever, the platelet count decreases. You guys have heard of dengue fever, right?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
None of you have heard of dengue fever. It's a very common
Yes, sir.
disease caused by mosquito. Hmm,
Yes, sir.
right? Good. So dengue fever, it's a fever caused by a mosquito, right now. So
Done,
in
sir.
this, good, very good. So in this, what happens? The count of platelet decreases. It decreases too much, and it is really very important that somehow the count of the platelet should be maintained above 1 lakh at least. It should be maintained in this range. So in a person suffering from dengue fever, his every day every day his platelet count will decrease. Right now it can go down up to 5 to 10,000, up to 10 to 15,000. It can go down that much. And if that happens, it can even lead to death. In some cases it leads to internal bleeding in the brain. You guys getting what I'm saying? So it is really very important that one should maintain the count of blood platelet should be maintained. Okay, now so one should eat certain kind of foods that will help in maintaining the count of platelet in the body, particularly citric fruits like kiwi. It helps in increasing the count of the blood platelet. Got this now?
Sir, can you explain what's internal bleeding?
Internal bleeding. Internal bleeding is a phenomena where basically what would be happening, the blood would be kind of, it will flow out of the blood vessel and it will spread into the organs and parts inside the body. Like for example, try to understand in this manner. For example, this is the human brain. For example, say that this is the human brain. So there are lots of blood vessels in the brain, right? These are all, let us say, blood vessels in the brain, right? So internal bleeding, what will happen? Normally what happens? The blood will be flowing inside any given blood vessel now. Blood will be either flowing in the artery, either in the veins, or either inside the capillary. But in the case of internal bleeding, what happens? Like normally when a person is bleeding, what happens? Huh? The nerve would be cut or the artery is cut and from that blood is coming out. That is called as bleeding now. Whenever there's a
Yes,
bleeding,
sir.
what is the main
Yes,
cause
sir.
of bleeding? If a nerve or an artery is cut, then blood will come out of it, then it is called as bleeding. So internal bleeding means that blood is uh, when bleeding takes place inside the body. For example, this is the brain, these are the blood vessels of the brain. So for example, they might develop too much of pressure inside the nerves of the brain, in the blood vessels here. So blood can leak from here, blood will come out of it. Got this now? So that will be called as internal bleeding. Everyone done writing all this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If anyone is left, please let me know. Answer this question in the chat box, everyone. Next, we would be learning about blood vessels. Okay, no? Yeah, that is correct, Priyanka. I'm having internet issue. Okay, Suleiman. Okay, I can understand. Sometime it happens. No worries. Yeah, Shreya, that is correct. Very good. I'm waiting for your answer. Aman, Abu Bakr. Meanwhile, Priyanka and Shreya, you guys tell us the other name of red blood cell and white blood cell. Priyanka, you will answer this one. Shreya, you will answer the next one. Yeah, that is correct, Suleiman. Good. Yeah, Abu Bakr, answer it quickly.
Sir, ethanol.
Yeah, speak loudly. Yes,
Ethanol.
Priyanka. Yeah, now you're audible. Repeat again.
Sir, ethanol.
Erythrocytes. Okay, now.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Shreya. I have given
Can
you
you
a
know
hint.
white blood cells?
Repeat again. It
Can you
starts
repeat the
from.
question? I can't hear. I didn't
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah, question is what is another name for white blood cells? We have studied about this previously.
Leukocytes.
Leukocytes. Very good. Okay. Yeah, some students still haven't answered the given question. See, platelets we did learn that this is also called as thrombocytes. Okay, now. So another name for platelet is thrombocytes. Okay. Okay. Aman, what is the function of platelet? Yes, Aman. Abu Bakr, you answer. What is the function of platelet? Hello.
Sir, what?
Okay, Suleiman, that is correct. Good. Okay, Abu Bakr, you're also having some network issue. Okay. Aman, what about you? Suleiman has answered. What is the function of platelet we have learned?
Sir, if it stop bleeding.
Okay, Abu, you are out from home. Okay. You just Shreya and Priyanka, just wait for 1 minute. Aman, I guess I'm audible to you. Yeah, Abu, that is correct. Good. Okay. What about Priyanka? Shreya, what is the function of platelet?
Sir, it to stop bleeding.
Hmm. You stop bleeding, right? By forming a clot. Right now, by forming a clot, it will stop the bleeding. So hope that is now clear to everyone. Furthermore,
Yes,
we
sir.
are going to learn about
Yes,
the
sir.
blood vessels, right? So blood vessels are a kind of tubes or tubes or pipes which carry bloods throughout our body. Right now, so the blood vessels, it would be running between the heart and the rest of the body. It would be running between the heart and the rest of the body. Getting it now? So it's similar to that of, for example, you have a water pump installed deep beneath the ground. You have a water pump, and that water motor would be pumping the water in the different directions, particularly in the upward direction, like that. So there's a main organ called as heart, and all the blood vessels, namely the arteries, veins, and then the blood capillaries, all of would be connected to the heart. Getting it now? And the heart would be pumping the blood into these pipe-like structures, right? So there are mainly three kind of blood vessels. Namely, they are arteries, veins, and capillaries. All of you keep on writing these things also. Give the heading blood vessels, then write these are blood-filled tubes. Further, arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries, veins, and capillaries are called blood vessels. Okay, now then we are going to learning about their functions in detail. Okay, so see, different blood vessels will have different functions to perform. Some of them would be carrying oxygen from the heart to the cells. Some of them would be carrying carbon dioxide produced in the cells towards the heart. Okay, so for different functions, different blood vessels are there in our body. Then we will be learning about capillaries also, like what role do they have to perform in the circulatory system of the human body. Everyone done writing these things? Quickly write it down.
Done, sir.
Done, everyone? Okay, if anyone is left, please raise your hand. So now we are going to be learning about arteries. Okay, now you're talking about arteries. They are thick blood vessels and makes up the arterial system that would be carrying blood away from the heart. So arteries are those blood vessels which should be carrying blood from the heart to all the parts of the body. Getting it? It would be carrying the blood from heart to all the parts of the body, right? Or in other words, we can say arteries are the blood vessels which carry blood away from the heart, which carry blood away from the heart. Getting it, guys? So give the heading arteries. Okay, now. And as of now, just right now, write down the first paragraph. Okay, now meanwhile, let me take an image of this to give you a better understanding. So arteries would be carrying blood away from the heart. Okay, and in the arteries, oxygen-rich blood would be flowing. In this, oxygen-rich blood would be flowing. Okay, now forget about all these names. Don't get confused into all these names. Okay, now. So here we have the organ heart that is slightly tilted towards the left side of our chest, right? So now the one that you see in these blue colors, these are the arteries. Particularly, these are the arteries. Getting it, guys? So the function of the artery would be to carry away the blood from the heart towards the different parts of the body, right now. So it would be carrying the blood from the heart to the brain. It would carry it towards the abdomen area, towards the kidneys, towards the limbs. Getting it? So it kind of carries away blood from the heart. Okay. Furthermore, what kind of blood it would be carrying away from the heart? So it would carry that type of.
Oxygen.
Mhm. Very good. So it would be carrying oxygenated blood away from the heart to all those parts wherever it would be required. Furthermore, arteries are found deep inside the body. Arteries are found in the whole of our body, whole part of our body, whole of the body, but it is found, it lies quite deep under our skin, and hence they are not easily seen. They are not easily seen. Got this, guys? What I'm saying? So the points which I would be highlighting, that one only you have to write. Arterioles, we would be learning about that in some time. After we are done learning about capillaries, at that time you would learn about what are arterioles. Arterioles, the second paragraph, this one. So write down arteries are thick wall blood vessels making up the arterial system and carrying blood away from the heart. Okay. After this, you will write down this. In all arteries, blood carries dissolved food and waste brought into the heart by veins and is then transferred to arteries. Okay. Then arteries carry the food to the cells and waste to the kidneys also. Okay. So let me just explain this paragraph over here, what it says that. See, when you look at the human heart, so there we get to know that our heart has got different chambers. Our heart has got different chambers. See, in our heart, two types of blood flows. One type of blood would be coming from all the parts of the body, namely from the cells. Cells would be releasing carbon dioxide, which is a waste. Cells would produce urea, which is a waste. Getting it, guys, what I'm saying? So these are the waste materials particularly produced by a cell. So these waste materials will be brought from these cells to the heart. Okay, na? It will be brought from the cell towards the heart. And then furthermore, the vein that would be carrying the waste, particularly the carbon dioxide and urea, they are called as veins. The blood vessel that carries carbon dioxide and urea, which are waste, they are called as vein, which we are going to learn in detail in a moment. Okay, now. So what happens? This would be brought to the heart, and then this blood would then go to where? This blood, the heart will send it to the kidney and lungs. So from kidney, the urea will be filtered out from the blood. Getting it? What I'm saying? Everyone getting it? So urea found in the blood, it would be filtered out by the kidney, and some of the blood would be sent to the lungs. It would be sent to the lungs. Getting it? So what we have learned over here, we have the human heart. There's some background noise, please turn it off. So from in the heart, what happens? Veins would be bringing polluted blood towards the heart. Veins would be bringing polluted blood right now. So like a cell would be releasing carbon dioxide or urea as waste, which would be brought towards the heart with the help of veins. Furthermore, this heart is going to pump that polluted blood towards the lungs, where carbon dioxide would be filtered out, while some of the blood would be sent to the kidney, where urea or other waste would be filtered out. Some of the blood would be sent to the kidney, where waste like urea would be filtered out. Is that much clear to everyone so far what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are just having a general discussion right
Sir,
now. Yes.
You have told that the waste material produced by cells are carbon dioxide, urea, and lactic acid is also there, right? So
Yeah,
where does
lactic
this
acid.
lactic acid go?
This lactic acid. See, this lactic acid basically further this lactic acid is broken down into water and carbon dioxide. Okay, now. So what extra water would be lost via sweating, and carbon dioxide is the same carbon dioxide which will then go to the lungs. Getting it what I'm saying? Lactic acid
Yes, sir.
further in the body is converted into water and carbon dioxide. Okay. So this thing is happening here, that waste materials from the cells it is being sent by the heart towards the lungs and kidney, where in kidney urea will be taken out, filter out, and in lungs carbon dioxide will be filtered out. Okay. And then one more thing is happening. The food that we have eaten, that gets digested. Okay. The oxygen that we have, oxygen rich air that we have inhaled. Okay, now let me just mark some arrow over here that will give you a better clarity. So carbon dioxide and urea, this will be coming towards the heart in the form in the blood, and then it will go towards the lungs and kidney. But then at the same time, what is happening? For example, in the like the food will be sent towards this now. The food will be sent towards the cells. Getting it, guys?
Yes,
So
sir.
food would be sent towards the lung, towards different cells. Furthermore, oxygen-rich blood would be coming from the lungs now. Oxygen-rich blood would be coming from the lungs. So oxygen-rich blood would be coming from the lungs towards the heart. It would go towards the heart, and then furthermore, the food would be coming towards the lungs now, towards the heart. I mean to say, some of the blood vessels would carry the food towards the heart also. Like the blood, you guys know about small intestine where the complete digestion of food has taken place. Food now would be in a
Yes, sir.
dissolved state. So food would now be in a dissolved state and it would be absorbed by the blood. So blood would be carrying out the food rich in blood rich in food also towards the heart. Getting it, guys? So blood containing food will go towards the heart, and then the heart will pump it towards the cells. Furthermore, apart from food, heart would be pumping the oxygen also, no? Heart would be pumping the oxygenated blood also. So let us quickly summarize what we have learned here. In the second case, we learned that oxygen rich blood would be coming from the lungs towards the heart. Oxygen rich blood would be coming from the lungs towards the heart, right? Okay. Then blood containing food will also go towards the heart, right? Now, particularly this blood would be coming from the small intestine, as you guys can understand that, right? Because dissolved state of food is found in the small intestine, so from there it will be coming towards the heart. Okay, so in heart, a blood carrying oxygen has came and a blood carrying food has also came in the heart. Now this heart, since it acts as a pumping machine, so thereby now it will pump it towards all those cells wherever it is required. So via some another blood vessel, particularly with in the arteries, particularly with the help of artery, the heart would be pumping food and oxygen towards the cells in our body, wherever it is required. So that is the mechanism over here. Hope you guys are understanding that. Yeah. So what we
Yes,
have
sir.
learned so far about the arteries, that in all the arteries, blood would be carrying dissolved food. It would be carrying dissolved food brought into the heart by the veins. So the veins, what they're doing, veins have brought, see over here, veins have brought carbon dioxide and urea and other waste into the heart. Getting it, guys? While the arteries would be carrying the oxygen and food to the cells. Veins brings the waste towards the heart, like carbon dioxide and urea. Arteries would be carrying oxygen and food from the heart to the cells. So that is the important thing about this artery which we are learning so far. So what we have learned so far, arteries are the blood vessels that carries the blood away from the heart to all the parts of the body, and they are particularly rich in oxygen, and they also carries the food, and they lies quite deep under the skin. That's why it is not visible on the skin. Rather than look at this image, this one is not of artery. The veins that you see in the body of this person, the blood vessel that you see in the body of this person, these are veins and not arteries. So why arteries are not visible? Because arteries lie deep inside our body. Got this much? In the next class, this topic is still not finished. Okay, in the next class we will learn about the that arteries have thick and elastic walls. The arteries are thicker. Getting it? Arteries are thicker because the heart would be pumping the blood in the arteries at a high pressure. The heart would be pumping the blood in the arteries at high pressure. Getting it, guys? So the artery, which is basically a tube-like structure, it will be thicker because heart would be pushing the blood into it with good amount of pressure. So if it were to be thinner, it will break away now. It will basically for example, consider that you have a water pipe. You have a water pipe, and if the water pipe is not very thick and the pressure of water flow in it is very great, it is too very high, so will that pipe be working properly? Will it not kind of explode? Yes, answer that to me. If water is flowing at high pressure in a thin pipe, so will that pipe be working properly, or will it basically explode, or it will develop holes from different places?
Explode.
Right now, so it will not work properly. So thereby the arteries Since blood will be flowing in it at high pressure, that's why the walls of the arteries would be thicker. So this topic would be continuing in the next class. Okay, now. So hope that is clear, and whatever we have learned so far, make sure that you revise that. Okay. All right, guys, and we'll be meeting in next class then.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, Walaikum Assalam, Halima. How are you?
I'm fine.
All right, so let us continue from where we left.
Sir, we left till season.
We studied till sieving, right? Okay. Is that Hana, you or Ira?
Sir, it's Ira.
Ira, okay, okay. You seem to have joined from your father's ID. Let me just rename you. Ira, where have you been? We missed you in the class.